Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Rasyidah Binti Majid with matric number 287447. Our group has been selected in chapter 10, which is motivation and emotion. Based on our case study, we choose an animated short film by Hannah Grace. This short film has motivation and emotional impact in her life and how she overcame it. Motivation played an important role in Hannah Grace achieving her goal. This is because motivation influences her interest, attitude, and behavior. Based on the case study, it showed that motivation controls the interest and behavior of humans. It is clear here that motivation is the result of stimulation which lead to human initiating a behavior or moving towards goals. Emotion has particularly strong influence on attention, especially modulating the selectivity of attention as well as motivating action and behavior. She reacts emotionally and inappropriately to everything that occurs. As our case study, Hannah Grace displayed a sad emotion and lead to depressive response. As a student who are studying psychology, our opinion is she lacks the self-confidence to set goals. She is not be able to see own ability and talent to change and become great because there is no motivation in the process of achieving the dream. This is because she has grown up with negative words and perception in his surrounding since she was a kid. For example, when Hannah Grace was a kid, she had been drawing and showing art, but the response that she got was, "You are not talented." Those words had a negative impact on her motivation until she grew up. Other than that, our opinion is that she is dealing with emotional instability during her life. Based on the short film, she overthinking everything that happened. She is very worried about normal problem in everyday life, big problem and trauma in the past. She cannot stop thinking about it. For example, when Hannah was scrolling through Instagram and then she saw a post from her friends who are hanging out together without Hannah. She feels neglected by his friends. She thinks that she is an ugly person. This can cause sad emotion and feeling alone. Overthinking has interfered with quality of life because it disturbs her mind. Thinking too much about negative things can cause anxiety and lead to depression. Next, I want to pass to the next presenter. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Mohamad Zamri bin Mohamad, now matric 285167. Today, I want to talk about the factors that I consider play a significant role in learning behavior. The key points we gain from this video are evident based on our case study. Her emotional stress, which dates back to her early years, is one of them. Because she was bullied in a child, this took place. She now experiences abnormal anxiousness as a result. She is anxious mostly as a result of classical conditioning. She never had sufficient motivation according to the video. This is a result of the fact that those around her consistently despise her and refuse to be her friends, which make her anxious. Therefore, in order to avoid this, she should not focus too much on what others are saying about her. She can prevent feeling anxious because an emotion is what drives you. For instance, if you are happy, you are motivated to take action that you think will keep you feeling happy. Also, I get the impression from the film that it's important to compliment people when they do nicely. This is due to the possibility that it will motivate them more. They may feel more confident speaking with the public as a result. We should not judge its action they take as a group in a bad way. And actually, we really do need to continue to assist them in doing what they are. She never received encouragement from those around her, unlike in this video, which led to her developing self-doubt. However, we support her action when we always pay attention to her. The ability to perform what she enjoys may increase as a result. The video also made it clear that she became anxious and depressed because she observed the toxic environment's rules and instructions, which is what I believe to be the source of her condition. As a result, she indirectly observes what she hears and sees when she observes their words and actions. She mimics the actions of those around her in a process known a social learning. Consequently, she will always feel alone and hate herself as a result. That undesirable feelings should not have to be picked up by her. She may learn to love herself more if she sees the good things in her life.
My name is Loke Choy See. Now I will present question 3, which is identify the primary biology foundation of psychology that related with our topic. First is biological foundation is hormone. Hormone is chemical messenger that are immediately released in the blood circulation and delivered to body organs and tissue that to perform their function. Hormone and neurotransmitter imbalance will lead to a human face depression or anxiety symptom. Women are more prone to hormonal imbalance than men because there are some certain things such as pregnancy and postpartum which easy to occur hormone imbalance. Moreover, hormone receptor can be found on brain cells. A person could experience different amount of depression or anxiety if the hormones level in brain cells are different, changing, or new level. Next is neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter are chemical messenger which are released and received by the neuron and communicate with the nervous system and other elements of itself. The neurotransmitter dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine are being related to issue or imbalance in depression. Fluctuation in dopamine can lead to mood disorder. Low dopamine levels can lead to depression and cannot derive a sense of pleasure. Serotonin is responsible for regulation psychological functions such as eating, sleep, mood, and can make people feel happy. Low level of serotonin will disrupt the human sleep cycle, unstable mood, anger issue, chronic pain, memory problem, and so on. Unstable norepinephrine can cause human depression. The depression patient's norepinephrine system cannot handle the stress effectively and cause depression because it helps humans acknowledge and respond to the stress. The last one is genetic. Genetics is scientific study of gene and heredity. Research on how variation in DNA sequence cause specific characteristics to be transferred from the parents to the child. If an individual's family member has major depressive disorder history, the risk of depression of that individual may be 20 to 30% more than other persons. Genetic mutation will have a small effect that may cause risk of depression disorder. Humans will not inherit depressions from their father or mother. Humans inherit unique genes from their parents, and some combination will lead to specific disorders such as major depression and anxiety disorder. In addition, the genes that are involved in depression have multiple functions in the brain. The gene linked with the low level of neurotransmitter can lead to develop the depression.
Hello, I am Wong Kar Man and I will present about question 4. Describe 2 suggestions on how to resolve the issue from the case study. The first suggestion is medication recommended by doctor. For example, ADHD medication give people improve their emotional regulation. Therefore, I suggest the girl from video take medicine to see effectiveness by supporting her mental health, unstable emotion, and her lack of motivation. Next, antidepressants in 2 are common use to make people have a calm effect. With antidepressants, SSRI notice an improvement in motivation level, feel more happiness, and focus, emotional stable. Rather than medication, also give self-care. We want a best way to give social support by coping with stress, build on motivation, and encourage them to make a healthier choice. We are able to recognize feelings and allow us to express them in a way of our overall well-being. In the video, she has been found loneliness might increase the risk of depression and quiet disease. Examples, you can do more exercise planning, keep balanced diets, or reading a book. Second suggestion is therapy treatment. There are some types of psychotherapies to resolve the issues. Firstly, among the therapies are most commonly used by psychologists are called cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT). It entails both unhelpful problematic thinking and behavioral tendencies will improve motivation and emotional functions. Numerous studies have found that CBT significantly enhances functioning and quality of life because it helps people quickly get on track with their goal by entering their thought and behavioral patterns that keep them track. Next, also dialogical behavioral therapies psychoanalytic motivation enhancement therapy, which a person-centered approach specifically addresses many issues and teach individuals how to better manage repressed emotions themselves, focus on change motivation of people. Acceptance and commitment therapies as a way to empathize accepted to deal with negative feelings but have a more productive life by combining various treatments. These are some of the suggestions to resolve the issue based on the case study. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, Namaskar, Ming and my battery number is 2872227. So today I will present about the emphasize two theories of psychology that relate to our children's case study. Okay, for the first one is psychoanalytic. Okay, analytic, they will provide an evaluation of how the unconscious affect the individual through the feeling and action of a person. So when the little girl, she was young, she always got a negative comment when she do the anything, like, for example, she do the painting when she was young, but she got the negative comment about someone will tell him they have not any talent about the painting, so they will stop and be afraid when she do the painting. Okay, so they are causing the little girl become a person who are anxiety and feel of failure because she afraid and scared to accept the negative comment and cannot like motivate or anymore. So this impact the penalty and will affect the personality and psychological even though in the adult period. Okay, for the second one is behaviorism theory. So the little girl always think negative when no one help her to celebrate her birthday. So she will begin and start to think that others hate her. So negative thoughts were floating around in his head. Another example is when people say she was ugly, she began to be afraid to express herself in public. So for all of these negative comments will affect their thought and their reaction when she faces a challenge and things. So according to behaviorism theory, when we got the positive comment, they will make us more motivated to do the things we're proud of. It also helps us have a mental health to accomplish what we want to do. So no matter the comment is bad or good, we need to fix this and try to strive to improve and prove they was wrong. So counseling when kids got the negative comment, they will start to reject everything that do and care about what others think about him.